right, welcome to episode 9 of Big Sack Lunch. This is me, Ryan. I'm here with Mitchy.
Hey!
And Alabama Johnny.
What's up, Internet?
Episode 9.
This is our special Election Day episode. Now, our users have really gone up. We're up to, I believe, 3,500, was it?
I lost count.
Mitchell lost count. We got so many fucking emails.
We need to outsource some of this.
Yeah. We're going to hire a team in India or the Philippines to do this for us because this is fucking bullshit.
It's ridiculous how many emails I write a day.
Yeah.
To you fuckers.
He has a job too, you know. Those chicks that keep sending topless pics, keep those coming. And the guy with that huge cock, I appreciated that pic, so that was pretty dope.
I didn't like that one.
Johnny didn't like that one because it wasn't real.
It made him blush.
Yeah.
It wasn't real.
Yeah. Well, this is our special Election Day episode. Do you want to start with the election or the or Halloween?
Start with the erection.
All right. Oh, nice. Mitchy, good.
You said erection.
It's a big election today. And I voted a month ago absentee. Johnny voted today. But Mitchy, why don't you tell everyone, if you can, in a concise fashion, tell everyone about your voting experience.
All right. So, I'm originally from Illinois. I moved to California, so I had to get an absentee ballot in order to vote. So I sent an email to the Secretary of State or some...
Yeah, Secretary of State.
Like the county security
Doesn't
general.
matter.
Some lady. And she's like, oh, here's the absentee ballot. She emailed it to me as an attachment. I filled it out. I signed it. I printed it out. I signed it. I scanned it back in. And then I emailed it to her. And she was like, that's not good enough.
She rejected it.
I need an actual copy, a physical copy. And I said, print it. And she said, I can't do that for whatever reason. I don't remember what she wrote. Blah, blah, blah.
So basically, Mitchy tried to invent email voting, which is not yet around in California, and he was the first person to do it. So he's kind of like the Martin Luther King of white people, and instead of trying to get civil rights, he's trying to get everyone to be able to email vote.
Yeah.
So in a way, you're a pioneer. Because no one is brazen, no one has the balls, no one has the stones to do what you did, but you have the balls.
I didn't break any rules.
You didn't break any rules. Sometimes the only way to get change is to force it on someone.
Change?
Yeah, and you were trying to get new ways to vote, and I respect that about you.
Yeah, I don't think email voting would ever work, because how can they take a ballot serious from, BigCock69 at gmail.com?
Big Dick Mitchy at AOL.com. Hey, I'm voting for Obama, and I'm voting against gays getting married. Fuck off. No, there's going to have to be some kind of code. It won't be email voting, but it'll be website voting. I did it absentee. I bought a bunch of stocks on Obama and the Democrats to win the Senate just because I find it hard to believe that this fucking awful robot Romney can win. Right? There's cool robots, like the robot that helped Will Smith in the movie.
iRobot?
Is it iRobot or Me the Robot? Johnny?
It's fucking iRobot.
I think it's you, robot.
So that was a cool robot.
Johnny 5?
Yeah, from Short Circuitry. Whereas,
Who's that lady robot? The girl.
It was played by...
No, I don't care who it's played by. What's it called?
What? Oh, Small Wonder.
There you go.
Yeah, there was a show on in the 80s called Small Wonder about this girl that was a fucking robot butler.
She was a little girl.
Yeah, she was a little girl.
She was a butler?
Yeah, she also did all their shit. And she was, like, when she'd go and have to... When she was vacuuming, she'd go up to a chair, and instead of vacuuming in the chair, she'd lift the chair with her pinky and then vacuum under it. And even if the old man was reading the Sunday paper, the audience loved it. It was hilarious. Yeah, so check out Small Wonder. It's a real good show. Not as good as this one, Big Sack Lunch.
I'm going to watch Soylent Green tonight.
With Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's about, I guess, I don't know. All I got from the trailer was that it takes place in 2021, I think? 2020.
Oh, yeah, it's about eating humans.
Yeah, it's like food is run out, and so they're feeding humans to themselves.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. Actually, at lunch, Sackman said that he tossed my mom's salad. I was like, bro, my mom is 65. He's like, oh, never mind. And then I was like, do your parents still bump nasties?
It's too young for him.
Yeah. Who knows what Sackman, dude? He kept making all these sex jokes
Nobody
about...
knows who Sackman is.
Oh, he's a coworker. Sorry, but it was a guy who threatened to have sex with my mom, and she's like 62. So have some fucking respect for old people.
Yep.
You know what I was thinking today? Maybe you guys will have an opinion. I think we should get rid of Social Security and Medicare for old people because they're the ones who keep voting for these Republicans. If they're the ones voting to take away Social Security and Medicare, why are we giving it to them? So basically, fuck old people, and I'm serious. Fuck them. Period. If they're over 70, fuck them. They're voting to hurt themselves.
Probably. I'm not old enough to care right now.
I don't know.
Yeah, Mitchell doesn't vote, so he therefore doesn't have an opinion. But we had Halloween last week, and I got drunk and I threw up. Should I tell that story?
My girlfriend had a party. I called up Ryan because he lives down the road. I was like, hey, Big Papa, why don't you come on over?
And I got some Bud Light Platinums for me and Mitchy, and apparently there was an alcoholic there who drank some of them. And so Mitchy's like, oh, bro, I got this red wine, and you can drink some of it. and he handed it to me, and I thought it was rotten, but he says it's not rotten. But the next day...
it was a week old, and it hadn't been corked.
It turned to vinegar, man.
Didn't turn
I threw up all over the place. There was red all over the toilet.
It was just a cheap wine that wasn't corked right, so it had a funky taste.
Yeah, your stomach doesn't digest it at all. It's just sloshing around
for
hours.
It was vinegar. It was pure vinegar, wasn't it? So I threw up, but then that was the next day. But in the meantime, I met this young lady, and she was Vietnamese. She was smoking hot, one of the hottest chicks I've ever seen. And she had this huge tattoo of a samurai on her back. And she was telling me that she won't vote for Obama because she wants all immigrants to be put in a room and shot. And I was like, but you're an immigrant. You're Vietnamese. And she just says, that was then. This is now. And I was utterly amazed. And then there was the other girl who said, in Africa, they sew up girls' vaginas so they'll go to school. And I said, that's not true. That's not what is it?
African female circumcision.
Yeah, that's not circumcision. It's not sewing up vaginas. It's cutting off the fucking clit. That's what it is. It's not sewing up vaginas. What a horrible life that would be.
I was appalled by that entire fight. Just for the fact that it was about African female circumcision.
In retrospect, that's hilarious. Who gets in arguments about that when they're drunk?
Dude, they should have brought that up during the presidential debate.
Oh my god! What is your theory?
If that girl was a dude, and it would have broken into a fist fight, it would have been even funnier.
Paleface? I would have messed that fool up. I learned something interesting about this. She had on a bunch of this. I found out about basically, I guess it's a fetish of Japanese guys. They like American girls who put on a bunch of white face paint, and I never do that.
There's a doll fetish, chicks that look like dolls.
Is this a well-known thing?
Yeah. Oh. And correct us if I'm wrong, users, but
at podcast212@gmail.
Yeah, email us with
our box is fucking full.
With the facts.
Yeah. Why? That's a good question for this week. User interactive. Why do Japanese guys like girls, even if they're white, with a bunch of white makeup on? Johnny?
Is it an anime fetish?
Johnny knows.
Oh,
Johnny knows. Have you heard of that?
What?
Chicks being really into, or no,
into the whole doll thing.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Dudes who like on those chicks.
I've definitely seen TV shows about the dudes that collect dolls and their wives support it, and it's these lifestyle.
Sex dolls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are weird.
Wait, sex dolls?
Real dolls. They're called
blow-up dolls.
No, they're not inflatable.
With flexible vaginas and anuses?
Yeah.
And mouths that are just open all the time.
Oh, my old roommate Tommy, he was a cop, he had a girl, her name was Deborah, and she had a suction cup asshole. I remember this thing. It would suck the jizz out of him. He busted it. He broke this doll when he lived with me. He talked to her like she was a real person. He'd get in fights with this bitch. She wasn't even real, and he'd get in arguments with her.
Shit.
Yeah.
What was it you told me about the street people? I told you this story about how I was on the streets of San Francisco.
That was good. Tell that story. This is Mitchy's weekend.
This weekend was my birthday.
Happy birthday, Mitchy.
Thank you. And my girlfriend and I were shopping at Civic Center in the downtown area of San Francisco on Market Street. And there's this crazy black guy. He's got a booth with a bunch of Bibles that he's trying to sell, and then signs that say, sex is bad, don't have sex if you're not married. And he was yelling crazy shit at all the passing by women, he's calling them whores, and he singled out my girlfriend Sarah and said if you're not married, it's a sin to fuck without marital rights, or he said some crazy biblical shit.
What did she say to him?
And she looks at him and says, "We fucked this morning." And
And you're like sending it like thumbs up.
I was like, this girl is awesome. And it's true.
It's true. I got up in them guts.
But you told me a story about a street person.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
This was back in 2003. I was walking around the street, and a guy, he's telling, it might have been the same dude. He's a black dude with a sign that says, you know, if you have sex, the woman's a whore. And I said, oh, yeah, well, I fucked your mother. And he took off after me. And I ran down Market Street maybe 2 blocks, and then I actually ran into cops, and then he turned around. So I basically told him that I had had sex with his mom after he said whoever I had sex with is a whore, which blew his fucking mind out of his ear. Because he's like, wait, did I just call my own mother a whore? I don't know why he's so concerned with people's sex lives. Like, think about that. Why? I want everyone to be getting laid. The more people that get laid, the less Republicans there are, bro. The only people I know that are angry don't get laid.
I don't know. Why does that old chick like take a dump on top of Nob Hill?
Whoa!
I don't know. Like, there's people do weird shit.
You got to give context if someone's like, "What is he talking? What is Alabama talking about?"
There is like this chick in San Francisco. She's not a chick at all, actually.
She's a vagrant, right?
She's more like an old hen, almost. Yeah, she's like this old Asian lady, and apparently she has mental issues. Believe it or not.
And how do you know that?
But apparently there's like webcams and shit online of certain bus stops that she just gets off of and just pulls down her pants and takes a shit on the side of the road.
It's like Panda Cam. It's like
at the zoo,
a Ling Ling Cam or something. Like you can watch this bus stop and watch
her poop
to see if she takes a dump at the bus stop.
Dude, I looked up her name. Her name is Chang.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
That's hilarious. Dude, I don't know. There's like a drinking game like in there somewhere.
Jeez. So every time I catch her pooping, I have to take a shot.
It's funny because the news
it always comes back to poop. Sorry, Lee.
The news is like, oh, well, we can't really do anything about it. We took her to a psych ward place, and like they just turned her away. So like they're like doing investigative reports, like walking up the sidewalk, like slowly talking to the camera, and then there's like dudes in the back, like with that water.
It's a crime scene. There's police tape around the poop. There's all this police tape, like she's murdered a poor baby or something. It's just she just took a dump.
Yeah, and we're like, we've established what her diet is, and we can recognize what one of her turds are.
Yeah, she likes corn.
No, she's this shit happens in San Francisco. Like for all the viewers that don't live in big cities, this shit is crazy, dude. Like
New York.
There's a woman named Chang, obviously.
The Mad Pooper. Her nickname's the Mad Pooper.
The Mad Pooper, who will go into the middle of a sidewalk, a busy sidewalk in San Francisco, drop trowel, and just bend over, pop squat, and fucking let her rip.
And you know what's funniest about it is she doesn't even care if there's a door. When I poop, I lock the door because I don't
give a fuck.
The biggest monstrosity is she doesn't even wipe afterwards. That's the real problem.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's gross because that's a fast way to spread germs. One of the fastest way to get sick is to fucking poop in the street. And if Chang keeps doing this, dude, it's just you're setting yourself up to get other people sick. It's inconsiderate. People should stop feeding Chang. She's like a creature. I mean, dude, who goes out on the street and squats and poops?
Well, let's look on the bright side. She just has like unbelievable control. She can just whenever she wants. Like,
I guess I don't know. I mean, how many? I don't know. How many times does she do it a day?
There's a Guinness World Records in there somewhere.
There's a proposition on the California ballot today. It's Proposition 35, and it's basically the right to know of the consumer if it's genetically modified. There's no long-term testing, but testing in lab rats there's increased cancer by like 500%. These are not real foods that we're eating. They're created by Monsanto and shit. These are bad companies, dude. These are evil companies. And I can't believe anyone would vote against it because all it does is let the consumer know what's in their food.
Yeah, I voted for it because it kind of makes sense. Sure, I would hate for other things to get by and not go unlabeled, but I don't know. Like this morning, I was like totally made up my mind. I'm voting yes, and this morning I thought, oh, what does the opposition say? And I read into it, and it's kind of like
there is no.
You can advertise something as being not genetically modified, and that's like totally legal right now. So it almost seems backwards that enforcing if it's genetically modified to put something on it.
It should look. This is like when we talk about gun control. I say we shouldn't have automatic weapons because they can kill 30 people fast, and you say, well, a knife can kill someone, and I'm like, you can't start with perfect. You just have to make the first law, and the first law is let's let everyone know what's in their fucking food, and we'll go from there.
Well, sometimes the first law can stomp all over the future plans. They're just kind of like
You can't worry about that, though.
I can see it here in California after voting in 2 different elections. It's kind of like there are laws that get passed in, and they're like, well, fuck, like.
Oh, they connect to later laws.
Or
that's true.
they prevent further, or they have loopholes or something. I don't know.
Like to see your loophole.
Yeah, voting is hard, and being a responsible citizen is really hard. It's like I find it hard to believe that a lot of people spent a lot of time reading up on all of these issues. Some people were just like, that looks good,
Yeah.
Dude, I've followed this. I didn't really follow politics that much until George Bush, and I was like, this guy's an idiot. What's going on here? And then for the last 12 years, I'd say I put a couple hours into reading about it every day. Maybe New York Times or a newspaper or magazines, but just seeing because these things will affect our lives. I mean, the value of the dollar, the price of gas matters if you start wars, or if there's the value of the dollar is affected by our policies. So these guys do matter. When people think it doesn't matter, it does matter.
Was it you that told me price of gas in Manhattan is $20 a gallon?
It wasn't me, but they just had a huge storm hit them. So that's people taking advantage.
Yeah,
that's fucked up. That's taken. Was it you or Johnny who told me that someone was in New Jersey and some lady and her kids came up to the door and it was a storm out and the guy said, no, you can't come in, and they died. Was that you, Johnny?
Yeah.
Was it?
No.
That was me. Yeah.
No, because Mark would have been like, fuck humans, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a story I would believe because people were cold-hearted.
Tell the story, or did I?
So apparently this lady was out driving around in the storm, fucking idiot already, and she had her two kids with her, sitting in car seats, so they're pretty young. And her car got all smashed up and stuff, so she gets out of the car and runs to the nearest house. Is like, let us in, I have children. And the guy's like, nope. And then
they died.
Basically, they just kind of hung out outside because their vehicle was all smashed. And the kids got swept away, and their bodies were found later. Kind of sucks.
Just the kids?
Yeah, just the kids.
The mom's like, fuck, I'm not going in after them. Now I can see. Honestly, you know what I thought about when he said that is, if I had kids, I'm going in after them. Even if I'm going to die, you don't even think about it. You wouldn't even think about it. There's no doubt any mom or dad in the world would dive right in. Even if there's a shark in front of them, they'd go after that kid, period. It's built into you. So that mom probably is a shitty fucking mom and probably a whore. No offense to you who just lost your 2 children, but dude, you dive in after them kids. If my kids are dying, I want to be dead too.
You don't know the whole story. She could have dove.
I know everything John told me, and I have 100% faith in John.
This is what the news people were telling me.
Yeah, the news never lies. He got it right off of Fox News. I trust him.
But what's funny is, like, I could totally see, like, this guy being completely innocent. I would imagine a big-ass storm like that is really loud and just didn't hear the knock at the door.
That's probably the other half of the story. Like,
so the guy wakes up with news reporters outside of his window, and they're like, you murderer! He's like, what?
He's like, I thought that was a fucking branch! Let us in! Oh, well, he'll feel bad the rest of his life. Yeah, the news can slant a story. Yep. Today's a big day. The Halo release. I don't have an Xbox, but Johnny does. So, Johnny? But he also has about 20 new games he's purchased.
Yeah, Best Buy had a nice deal where you could like buy 2 brand new games and get a third free. So
what did you get? Johnny's Xbox 360 purchases.
I got XCOM, Dishonored, and Borderlands 2.
So 3 games that all got really, really high reviews.
Yeah.
And now there's no way you're going to be able to play them all because they're all such good games you want to play them to completion. But you've opened them all and played them all already.
No, not yet. Not yet. I was going to only open Dishonored because I want to still focus and complete Resident Evil 4 so I can talk about it with you. But
where are you on that?
Where I left off last time. That escort mission. Where is it? Chapter 2?
You're in 2 still? I'm going to play through it again tonight after Obama wins.
Well, now that I found the run button.
Yeah.
I played the whole entire first chapter not knowing that there was a run button. So, like,
There's guns in this too?
My save log says, like, 8 hours, and I'm, like, only on chapter 2, and I'm like, what's taking so long?
And then I said, John, press X to run. He's like, oh, fuck.
I'm too used to games telling you every single possible thing that you can do.
Shit.
I hate the tutorials.
That's how all Facebook games are. That's the first player experience. It sucks so hard.
No, we work for a Facebook game, and we
have a first player.
It's kind of like,
but our game is for old women.
Sure.
Right.
It's kind of like politics. Like, people really like Bill Clinton because he doesn't treat you like you're stupid when he's talking to you, about, like, certain issues. Like, he assumes that you know the basics.
Big mistake.
Is it? Is it?
No. I mean, everybody loves Bill. It's funny because 10 years ago, Republicans hated him, and now they like him. Maybe they should realize they shouldn't be so hateful because they end up liking. Bill Clinton's incredible.
Anyway, games should, treat the audience like they're smarter than they actually are. But anyway.
Halo 4.
Are you getting Halo 4?
I'm not getting Halo 4 because I have all those games.
Do you think that's where Mark, your coworker, is?
We have a coworker, the Dark Prince.
The Dark, yeah.
And he's sick today, quote unquote. I did air quotes. I forgot those don't translate to our popular podcast, Big Sack Lunch. But I think Mark, our buddy, is at home playing Halo, and probably he's a chronic masturbator also. So I don't even want to share a controller with him. It's disgusting. But he lives with his girl, so there's a chance they're discovering and learning about each other's bodies, visiting every nook and cranny they never knew happened before finally visiting her flesh pocket.
I'm gonna go with the Halo thing.
Oh, okay.
Her flesh pocket?
Yeah, that's a nickname. You never heard that? Flesh pocket?
No.
But dude,
How about skin flute? Have you heard that one?
Sounds like Hot Pocket.
but dude, what is a
It is a
vagina?
hot pocket.
What is a vagina? It's it's a pocket where you can store your dong for maybe 10, 20 minutes at a time, right?
What?
Yeah. Mitchell's like, wait, I thought they only go in 3 minute bursts. No, you never store your dong. You never store your dong in a flesh pocket.
Shit. Well, you've heard about pink socking, right?
What's that?
Oh, shit. Don't make me explain it on the podcast.
What is it?
You brought it up. You got to explain
What
pink
is it?
sock.
I'm going to let you Google it because...
No, dude, it's too late. Johnny, okay, this is not Johnny.
This
Boom,
is
go ahead.
Alabama knowledge.
Yeah, come on, dude. What's a pink sock?
It's... You know what it is. You're just making me explain.
No, I don't.
Serious, I don't.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
What is it? Is it when a girl's on her period?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
because that's what I was going to guess.
So, should I first explain
God
what
damn
socks
it.
are, or should
Yes, what is a
I know what
sock?
sock is.
So, socks, you usually, like, grab the two and you kind of invert them into each other and you have a pair of socks. Well,
Okay.
Pink socking is a theory or a concept where one person falls asleep with said junk inside pocket, and then when you wake up, it's all dry, and upon exit, you invert.
I don't understand anything you just said, dude. Are you saying you put things in your pockets in a girl's butt?
No.
What are you saying?
Junk in butt, leave it there, wake up,
What?
dry as shit, remove junk.
So you start with having butt
gets,
sex.
Cooper gets inverted, pink
He's
sock.
so uncomfortable.
Oh, you pull someone's lower intestine out from having butt sex. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Oh, why didn't you just say that?
You're talking about...
He's saying having
I
butt
thought we were
sex.
talking
And
about the vagina.
no, that's what I thought too. I heard about that. A buddy of mine in college was in a shower with a girl, and they switched it up from beaver to butt. And then she's like, "Dude, you got to stop." And he stopped. She took a shit, and her lower intestine fell out.
No.
That's what he told me. His
That's
name
like
was
something
James.
that would happen on a war movie, like
Yeah,
Saving Private
it
Ryan.
did. Tom Hanks when he asked fuck Matt Dillon
Matt Dillon.
from Ben Affleck, Matt Dillon. What's that fucking movie?
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. And there's no hunting at all in it.
It's disappointing.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a killer. Have you seen Deer Hunter?
Deer Hunter's a damn good movie. I was just thinking of that.
That'll
actually.
blow your mind.
I haven't seen
Is
it. What?
Dude, he hasn't seen Deliverance.
Dude, Deer Hunter's like an invented cliches, like what is that? Russian
Russian Roulette with Christopher Walken. All these Vietnam vets came back from the war fucked up, and the only way they could get through their day was playing Russian roulette.
Really?
Yeah, and they didn't give a shit.
So it had nothing to do with deer hunting.
Oh yeah, they went out to hunt deers in western Pennsylvania. They were a bunch of hillbillies, and they were just depressed because that war was fucked up. It's a good movie, and you should see
Pretty good.
Deliverance.
It's actually
It's really good.
pretty hard to watch.
It's
kinda
serious.
sad.
It's
serious shit.
It's serious shit. People fucking die, dude. Have you seen Deliverance?
Yeah.
Who hasn't seen that?
Oh my god.
Bro, it's your biography.
Is it bad? Is it scary? Is it? what is it?
It's one that my mom, for some reason, my mom used to be like, what did she say? She's like, I don't ever want that to happen to my boys. And
It's
like,
true.
But in that, I can't remember why she said that, what the context was.
Don't spoil the movie for him. But it's the backwoods of Tennessee, right?
Yeah. And there's some...
It's one of Alabama's rivals.
It's creepy. It's really creepy.
You really should see it, dude.
What they do is they build up this character that you think is another cliche Indiana Jones type, where he's like invincible, sort of. But then all of a sudden they just tear him down.
Burt Reynolds?
Burt Reynolds. Eventually he gets shot. He's like,
oh, no!
He's just, that's a small part of it.
I know.
There's more to it than that. But eventually he's just totally broken down and he's not the hero you thought he was. Which is why I think it's a...
He was a badass in it. He was a fucking superhero.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
First act, he played it off like he was an American badass, like Han Solo or something, you know?
He used to be a huge stud that he bagged all kind of chicks in Hollywood in the 60s and 70s.
I bet.
He was the guy who made chest hair cool. And I intend to be the guy who makes it cool again.
And mustaches.
Yeah,
and mustaches. Yeah, he has a mustache.
John's
so
got
does
a
Johnny.
mustache.
Yeah, I can't even do that.
It's a man stash. You can't do a good mustache?
No. I can get everything else, but I can't get that.
Well, I'm like the opposite. I feel like my mustache comes in all hardcore and shit.
That's as good as you can get your beard? I can
probably.
I can get a full beard.
But it's no shave November, so we're going to see what happens.
Dude, it's no shave always for you.
Yeah. Well,
no shave 2012.
Dude, I trim like once a week.
Hey, speaking of the year, the Mayan calendar is going to end soon, right?
Yeah, it just resets. It's made up. It's made up by people who are scared about shit.
I think technically it was supposed to already be.
Yeah. Remember, it was May of last year the world was supposed to end. Like
no, that was
it's December 24th.
Every year some Christian
says
that
was Y2K.
Every year, fucking remember Bin Laden, bro? He tried to fuck us up, but Obama got him back. Do you remember? Yeah, I was just thinking, I never can grow a mustache. My upper lip is as bald as a baby's beaver. I cannot get.
Wait, you just put your lips and a baby's beaver in the same sentence. That's.
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, we're shutting down the show.
Yeah, I'm not Sandusky. We're about to get raided.
Man.
You know what? Actually, another funny. Oh, were you going to say something? Otherwise, I had a funny cop story.
I was going to talk about the end of the world because I think that's important.
It is. It's made up. The world is going to be here forever.
What do you think it's marketing?
Humans might not be. It'll be here for thousands and thousands of years.
You think it's a marketing scheme or what?
It's by the Mayans.
Yeah,
they had an incredible marketing department. No, it's a misreading of it by people who want to take advantage of it and make money off it.
Like who?
Who are the people that say the world's going to end? They're always nutty fuckers. They're never normal people.
It's the people selling.
What?
It's the people selling canned foods.
Right. It's never a normal person. There's no science. There's no.
Have you heard of that underground facility where people, really rich people,
yeah, I've heard of it,
form their own little government and they rent out these cells underground, and it's like an apocalypse.
Oh, if there's a nuclear bomb. Yeah, but do you want to live underground with a bunch of rich assholes?
No.
Do you want to live with Mitt Romney, dude, and Dick Cheney?
And it's like, who's going to run that place? It's like,
right.
Who's the president? Who's the police officer?
It's funny that rich people think their money can save them. If the shit goes down, nothing can save them. Johnny will stab them in the fucking head with his Alabama knife. Johnny's football team won this weekend, right?
Yeah, Roll Tide. Alabama.
So he would have been a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
He would have been like I am after every baseball season when the Rangers blow more fucking shit than a tie hooker. Sackman said I know a lot about tie hookers. He said I should find one and ask her just how many cocks she sucks.
Really?
Because I'm always saying tie hookers suck a lot of dong. He's right, they do, right?
They do. That's what I hear, at least. I don't
Have
know.
you ever bought a hooker?
No.
That was a long pause.
No, I met a hooker.
Have you ever bought a hooker?
No.
Nobody ever admits to it.
I've never even met one.
Yes, you have.
I've never had the opportunity.
You have. You just didn't know.
You ever been to Vegas?
You
No.
didn't know. Trust me, you've met a hooker.
No, I haven't.
You just didn't know.
Wait, are you trying to hint that you were one?
Oh.
Guilty as charged. I wish. I'd be making more loot, dude. I'd be bagging all these 55-year-old fillies out here, getting balls deep in them. I would love to. No, I'm not a hooker, dude. No one will pay me for what I have. What I have doesn't cost money. It's free. The best things in life are free.
Those goods away?
Yeah, I'll give it away. All over their chest.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the least I can do.
You just said that to the entire internet.
Okay, well, email me.
Email me
if you're 55 and work out a lot.
Podblast2k12.
At Gmail.
At gmail.com.
Or just Twitter at Stern Ryan. If you're 55-year-old, 50-year-old, you got fake titties and nice body, you work out, your husband's not around, you got a bunch of extra money, call me up. Seriously.
Free of charge.
Well, I mean, you got to take me out to dinner, treat me like a fucking lady, like I like to be treated. But right?
Or think ahead and just go ahead and donate, and we'll pay it back.
Yeah, that's right. Just donate it to us because we need some microphones.
Yep.
We still need some emails this week. We've sifted through them. It's almost a full-time job, and we need some better ones.
We do. If you wanna if you want to not get paid and you want to work for us, let us know.
Yeah. The more girl you are, the better, right?
Yeah.
We only have female employees just because there's so much testosterone amongst us three that it's not. Like, one more could be that push us over the limit.
John's beard is just...
John's beard has more juice in it than I.
It doesn't.
I meant to say testosterone, and I planted that with jizz. Sorry, Johnny. John does not have any jizz anywhere on his body. He took a shower. He showers every day.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think Johnny's got a meeting. We're going to wrap this one up. That went by pretty quick.
Yep.
By next time we have a show, we're going to know who our president is. It may be that fucking robot. No matter what happens, we're going to be okay, even if the robot's our boss.
Yeah, we're in this together, America.
We're in this together, America.
I wrote in Mary Jane for president.
Yeah.
Actually.
That's okay.
So,
there's a ballot in Colorado.
Yeah.
Prop 64.
I'm so jealous.
Well, you can do it here, dude, if you have a weed card.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, he didn't know about it. You can get a weed card, and then they'll deliver it to you. All right.
All right.
Take it easy. If it's easy, take it twice. Big sack lunch.
Big sack lunch over now.